Tonight, 300,000 people in West Virginia are being told to stay away from their tap water, not to use it for anything, cooking, bathing, washing, anything at all. A chemical spill in the Elk River may have contaminated the drinking water. A federal investigation has been launched into how this happened.
The source of the problem that's closed restaurants and schools is 4-methylcyclohexane methanol, a chemical that's used in coal processing.
If there's any little tiny bit of good news here in Charleston, it's that state officials say their testing of the water shows that the contamination level is going down. It's just not down far enough.
A disaster declaration for West Virginia. 9 counties are dealing with a chemical spill. It contaminated the water supply. Up to 300,000 people are being told not to touch the tap water. At least 5 were treated at a hospital.
The chemical began leaking from a hole in a storage tank in the facility behind me. The Department of Environmental Protection is still trying to figure out how that hole got there and exactly how much of the material has leaked out. Some reports have said as much as 5,000 gallons has leaked into the water.
I got a buggy full of ice up here, so it'll turn into water, but I mean, you can't live without water.
The water supply for hundreds of thousands became tainted after a chemical spilled into the Elk River in Charleston. The governor ordered a state of emergency.
I mean, it was clear almost immediately that no one was prepared for something like that to happen.
Water is a prevalent feature in the state of West Virginia.
I was live on the air when the governor's first tweet went out basically announcing that this had happened. And at first, we didn't really know what that meant. I was on the set, I was anchoring, as I said, and so I immediately sent a note to our assignment editor and said, check into this, let's see what this is. And finished anchoring the rest of that segment of the newscast. During the commercial break, came out, checked in, we'd gotten a little more information. We'd confirmed that yes, this came from the governor's office and it is a do not use order.
I think one of the difficult things when you try to compare any natural resource like water to another natural resource like coal or any mineral that maybe gets mined is that the value, the economic value of water spread across so many different facets of life that it almost gets, pardon the pun, but it gets diluted.
I think from an economic standpoint, there were so many people that couldn't go out and afford to go get a hotel room, couldn't afford to go drive 30, 40, 50 miles to another place to take a shower, to do their laundry, to do the necessities with water, that I think that because of that situation, people just had to go ahead and use it.
There is no question that the value of water will only go up.
This event started on Twitter with Governor Earl Ray Tomlin's initial tweet a little after 5:30 that day. And it became a Twitter event. It became a social media event. And I think it's one of the best examples I've seen of the way social media very quickly engages large numbers of people and can give quick snippets of information, updates to a continuing story.
What the chemical spill taught us is that water is extremely valuable, and we just often take it for granted because we have so much of it.
Yes, censored journalism is absolutely here to stay. And the reason that is because it's actually part of this other ecosystem, which is called the Internet of Things, and some people call it the Internet of Everything. But what that basically means is we have all of these sensing technologies coming into play that extract data from everything. That includes smart objects, but it also includes our environment. That sensing capabilities, whether it's air quality, water quality.
It was a mess. I was lucky. I had water. But that meant I was sort of ground zero for people who needed showers, who needed to fill up water bottles, for people who just kind of wanted a place where they could get away from the no water situation wherever they were and feel a sense of normalcy for a little bit.
For me, the project was a Pandora's box, actually, of aha moments, and not really just about what the sensor data told us, but about the implications for journalism and being able to collect data in alternative ways and not rely on other data sources.
This was not handled well, in my opinion, at multiple levels. And I think a lot of that had to do with the fact we were in uncharted territory. Some of it, I think, of our own making, some of it not. This was a chemical that we knew about and had been a part of the coal industry and the cleaning process for a number of years, but had not been studied very extensively. So we didn't have a lot of information from the scientific community to start with to know, what are the effects? What are the potential hazards? What should we be telling people? And not just as the media, but what should the Department of Public Health be telling people? What should the water company be telling people? And so there was a scrambling at the beginning to just gather information to share.